Good morning, everybody. It's 7:40, 14 degrees and half out Boston. Today, we're going to talk about jobs. We're going to talk about my best and my weirdest job. I've had around 35. No, I'm sorry. I've had around 18 different jobs, ranging from sweeping floors, stocking shelves, teaching, answering phones, all the basic ones, I guess, service industry that is America. So, my weirdest job was being in the Navy from 2005 to 2009. And I say that because being in any different system or society just is weird. You go from one ideology, one ways and means of doing things to another. It's just a mental flip that takes a long time, sometimes never, to get used to. So, for one, being in the Navy was constantly like being like you're 8 or 10 years old. You're always being told what to do, and in some ways that's good. It just removes any kind of thought process that you may have, and you always know what you should be doing. Maybe you don't want to do that, but someone is always there to go tell you to shave. That was one of the biggest things, is they really try and ingrain you with the cycle of living that for some people they really attach to and they like, and people like myself, it just becomes a hindrance. I remember one time I was working in laundry and the phone rang and someone said, "Shannon, man, go make your bed." And I was like, what am I, 12? Why is it important? Why is making your bed important to the safety of an aircraft carrier? I don't know. It's not. It's just a sheet. It'll be okay. But for them, it's all about the little things. And I understand that. They're trying to get you to take care of your stuff, to care about the little things, to do the little things correctly, and that's great. But again, being in the Navy is more of being a technician and not really being a soldier. Even the guys that were quote-unquote soldiers, that carried the guns and fired the guns, well, never really fired the guns, they were far, far less from the soldiers that I actually know that are in the Army. My jobs in the Navy were varied. I started off washing clothes, and then I ran the laundry, to running a ship's store, like a 7-Eleven kind of joint, and then I ran a concessions, soda machines and G-Dunk. I really liked that job the most. I also was a military police kind of guy, wearing that, carrying the gun, pepper spray, and all that. But it was just weird. Everything about it was surreal. You went from one day, you're an idiot, to the next day you're an idiot with a gun. Just because you sat in a class. And that really makes you question a lot of things. I remember when I was in Dubai, and I was searching cars for bombs. And it was just a very surreal moment. It was just so weird. It's like, 2 years ago, I was an English major, graduated from college, going around Europe, having a great time, and now I'm searching bombs. What? Why am I searching this poop-sucking tanker for bombs? Why? It just happens. Okay. So, we're going to have to break this up into 2 videos because I'm already at school, basically. Anyway, so, weirdest job, definitely the Navy, definitely the surreal experience. The friendships there were very good, but also very detached. I made really good friendships with a few guys. A guy named Jason Malone, which we called Monkey, which then turned into Monk, and Z, John Zerfus, and Tom Story, which we just called Story, and Robert Kalia, just called Kalia. Made good friends, but those friendships really didn't last because, well, I only talk to Z nowadays, and it's because you're under such stress and such surreal circumstances that you have to talk to somebody. You have to open up and be like, yo, I'm going through this. I don't really know you very well, but I got these problems and there's no one else here, and you understand because you're here and I'm with my girlfriend and everything's horrible. Yeah, that's like a Tuesday in the Navy. Everyone is going through some shit and everyone immediately empathizes with them because they've either gone through that shit, or they will go through that shit, or they have somehow decapitated that part of their life so they won't go through that shit. I inadvertently broke up with my girlfriend right as we got deployed in 2006 to not go through all that mental rigmarole, strain, pain. And it was so much easier when I was broken up with my girlfriend than to have a girlfriend during the deployment, and I could just focus on doing the job, which is weird and bad, but it happens. So, anyway, some of the other guys that had a really big influence in my life when I was in the Navy, a guy named Harrison, he really pushed me to get back into writing. And he took me to some poetry cafes where I did some performances, which really boosted my spirit. I was writing some interracial poetry stuff, and that went over really well. Thank you, Harrison. Some other guys that were just really, really appreciative of, I was there. I could have become an officer, but I was enlisted, and that really meant a lot to them. And they would really generous, genuine people. They were also generous as well. That was very quickly that even though if we're not going to be friends, we're going to be genuine with each other. We are going to give our full self to the guy next to you. That sounds bad. And that's just the way it was. And I think that's how a lot of military tradition is. That even though tomorrow we may never see each other, we may be dead, I'm going to be as real as I can with you because you may save my life, you may do something for me that's going to help me. And I'm going to end this with when I was in the horrible place or wonderful place called boot camp, and we were our last day before we shipped out. There was a guy named Moto. Really funny guy, nice guy. He's from someplace in the Pacific Isles. And he looked at me and he said, Shannon, man. Well, actually, he called me John Wayne because that's my nickname. That's another video. It's like, I'm really happy to meet you. I'll never see you again. Bye. And that honesty just ripped right through the bullshit. And I said, hope you have a good life. See you later, Moto.